Hey everyone, what's going on? So this is going to be episode 1 of a new series that I'm doing, and it's going to be strictly aimed towards supplemental nutrition. And so what better way to start it off than the fundamental building block of muscle, the most basic and the most important of all supplements, and that is going to be protein. So which protein should I supplement with? Okay, we're going to start with whey protein isolates and hydrolyzed whey. Now this is hydrolyzed whey and micronized whey are going to absorb very, very fast into your system, and this is good for 2 reasons. If you're trying to optimize your natural growth hormone levels, you can do so at 2 times of the day, once when you wake up and once post-workout. So when your growth hormone is the highest, that's when you want to supplement with a fast-acting protein, something that's going to be in your system within 20 minutes. Now, just an isolate can't do this because it's going to take an isolate anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to digest. So if you're trying to put on weight in size, you want to hit it with micronized or hydrolyzed whey to optimize that natural growth hormone levels. And also, the second you introduce carbohydrate into your diet, your body is going to shut down that production of natural growth hormone. And by taking in hydrolyzed or micronized, they've basically broken it down to where there's very, very low carb and low fat. So it's kind of counterintuitive because most people will think, okay, isolates, hydrolyzed, it's very low carb, very low fat, it's a really lean protein. I want to drink this when I'm dieting down. However, that's not necessarily correct because it all comes down to your total caloric, fat, and carb intake at the end of the day. I could be drinking the leanest kind of protein they make, 0 fat, 0 carb, 25 grams of protein. However, at the end of the day, if my calories are too high or my carbs are too high, it doesn't really matter. So it really comes down to your total calories at the end of the day. If you're trying to put on weight, hydrolyzed, micronized, or whey protein isolates are the way to go. Now in the middle, we have concentrates and whey protein blends. Now this is going to include a wider spectrum of proteins, anywhere from isolate to anywhere from hydrolyzed whey to isolate to whey isolate, milk isolate, colostrum, egg protein, casein protein, and calcium caseinate protein. So whey concentrates have the ability to absorb very fast because they have the isolates in it, and then also they have the slower digesting proteins, which are going to be better if you're dieting. Why? Because if you drink an isolate and it absorbs super rapidly, it's going to be in and out of your stomach in no time at all, and you're going to be hungry again. It's not going to keep you full. If you hit it with a concentrate or a slower digesting protein, it's going to stay in your stomach a little bit longer, and it's going to keep you satiated. It's going to keep you full, which is good for dieting. Obviously, you're going to be calorie restricted, and the last thing you want to do is be hungry all the time. It's pretty miserable. So protein blends are good if you want to lose weight, or if you need to replace a meal because of the higher carb, higher fat content in it. And with a higher fat and carb content, the protein is going to tend to be more flavorful. So isolates, they're a bit chalky, they're a bit unflavored because there's no fat and no carb content in them. So whey protein blends and concentrates are going to be a little bit more tasty. Now on the opposite side of the spectrum, you're going to have casein protein. And a lot of people are huge on casein protein, especially at bedtime, because they think it's going to, reverse catabolic effects all night, and it's slow digesting. Now, casein has its place, but I mean, I've read studies that casein by itself isn't going to be as beneficial as casein and whey. So the most optimal way to supplement with protein is going to be a combination of whey and casein, most commonly in a blend or a concentrate. Whey protein isolates, fast digesting, good for putting on size. Whey protein blends, for basically the average person, meal replacement, or if you're trying to lose weight. Casein protein, slower digesting. And the great thing about these is they all have a very large and complete amino acid profile that includes every single amino acid available to synthesize in your body. Now, as we move on to different sources of protein like soy and plant-based protein, things change a little bit. Okay, so soy protein. Let me talk about soy protein for a minute. Guys, I'd probably stay away from soy just because of hormonal reasons. Soy has been shown to convert into estrogen, which is in turn going to make you hold fat, and it's going to make you hold water. So just right off the bat, guys, if you can stay away from soy, stay away from soy. Women, soy protein. It's a good way to supplement with protein. However, there isn't a complete amino acid profile in soy protein, okay? There's only a fraction of the amount of amino acids, and there is very low, if any, leucine content, okay? And as we move over into plant-based proteins, something synthesized from legumes or brown rice or any plant-based product, there can be a full, complete amino acid profile. However, still in plant-based proteins, there is going to be a less of an abundance of leucine. I'm talking about leucine. Well, what's so important about leucine? Leucine is one of the branched chain amino acids that you would find in a protein or BCAAs, and it is the catalyst to protein synthesis. Well, why does this matter? Well, the second you ingest anywhere from 2 to 3 grams of leucine, either supplemental leucine, BCAAs, or protein, your body is going to basically flip a switch, and it's going to start protein synthesis. It's going to take these proteins and start synthesizing them as it needs them. So if you take in soy or plant-based proteins without an abundance of leucine, you're going to have this substrate of amino acids sitting in your system. However, your body's not going to be synthesizing them as protein, so it's kind of be like a waste of proteins. So plant-based and soy proteins, supplement with leucine also. It's the only way you're going to effectively use all the amino acids in that complex. As far as quality goes, I'm a big fan of quality over everything, function over flavor, and my personal favorite right now is BioHealth's Precision Grass-Fed Whey. And if you see my video on the difference between grass-fed and grain-fed cows, you'd understand that the amino acid profile and the fatty acid composition of the meat actually changes when you feed cows grass, what they're supposed to eat. So this is all natural, all organic. It has a complete amino acid profile, up to 11 grams of leucine, which is perfect, and it is composed of the entire spectrum of digestible proteins, everywhere from hydrolyzed to whey isolate to milk isolate, colostrum, both kinds of casein protein. So by far the best protein you can get, and it tastes absolutely amazing. Totally organic, GMO free, antibiotic free. So that's, you know, if you're concerned with your health, longevity, and quality of protein, that'd be the best way to go. Anyways, that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes on supplemental nutrition. This is Brian Martinez, coming from Athletes Nutrition and Local Fit, and we'll see you next time. Body hydrate or muscle glycogen, any excess is just going to get spilled over as fat. So, if this happens for too long, to the point where you're hyperglycemic all the time and you're diabetic, you've basically shocked your body with so many excess carbohydrates that it has become resistant.